A beautiful Sunday afternoon on the farm. That's the site for this non-conference tilt between the Stanford Cardinal, 2-0 on the season. Haley Swain and Shea Ichiwoye warming up for the Cardinal, going up against a Cal Poly team looking to get to 2-0 on the young campaign. Stanford and Cal Poly right here at Maple Pavilion. Kevin down alongside my pocket square wearing partner Joaquin Wallace. Joaquin, should be a fun one this afternoon.
Well, Stanford is 2-0, as you mentioned earlier. They came out of the block shooting the ball extremely well. They have 5 players that's scoring in double figures so far.
One of those players scoring in double figures, Talana Lapolo, who was huge Thursday night against Santa Clara.
Led the team in scoring 16 points, 4 for 6 from behind the arc. Her DNA was all over the game against Santa Clara.
Meanwhile, for Cal Poly, an 87-27 win over UC Santa Cruz. Vanessa McManus led the scoring charge.
She had 24 points for the sophomore. Hopefully she's going to have a huge night for Cal Poly this evening.
Still under the lights here as they're about to pull them back up. This is the 13th all-time meeting. Cal Poly has won one time. That came back in 1978. Last time they played, Brooke Dimitri tied a then career high with 17 points in a 36-point Stanford victory. Stanford in white, Cal Poly in black. What are you going to be looking for out of the gates from both of these teams, Joaquin?
Well, obviously Stanford always wants to impose their will through the front court. And the Mustangs are going to come out and shoot the ball extremely well. You can see they are not that tall, so they're going to be limited in size in the front court. So they're going to have to space the floor, try to create driving lanes, and knock the ball down from behind the arc.
Just about ready to roll here. There's Kate Pay, the second-year head coach for the Cardinal. And Lisa Jones, Corey Long, Trevor Inoue are officials. We are underway, and the Mustangs control the tap.
One thing Stanford has been able to do the past 2 games defensively, they've been in a lockdown. I'm sure that's something they're going to concentrate on this afternoon as well.
Cherish Thompson, the freshman on the drive. They really like her there in San Luis Obispo. Missing with the left, Ogden. There's the starting 5 for the Cardinal. Lara Champfai, a double-double, 14 points and 13 rebounds last time out. Late clock here. It's Champfai on the drive, missing with the left. Nunu on the follow. Nunu Aguera, now a junior.
Aguera was able to clean up the miss. Follow-up by Ogden initially.
There's the Mustangs starting 5. We talked about McManus, Alana Gooseby, alongside Billing, Butcher, and Thompson. There is Cherish Thompson. She's 0 for 2 now.
Stanford was able to take advantage of their vertical spaces inside with a second chance opportunity for the putback by Aguera.
Lisa Jones, Corey Long, Trevor Inoue, as we mentioned, blowing the whistles today. It was a 79-58 win for the Cardinal over Santa Clara, but that score doesn't really do that game justice as Talana Lapolo hits the 3. Joaquin, that was a 1-point game in the 3rd quarter.
Absolutely did. Lapolo, she kind of got activated. You can see here, comes right out, makes the first shot of the afternoon.
Very good 3-point shooter, Talana. 2 years ago, 39% from downtown. She's 5 of 7 from deep now this season.
We take a look at the keys to the game for the Mustangs: controlling the glass, limit turnovers, and for the Cardinal, rebound, limit turnovers as well.
Vanessa McManus, a transfer from St. Leo University. Getting Cal Poly on the board. Ogden just a little strong.
And I like to see Ogden get untracked here this 3rd game. Kind of struggled so far in the first 2. There's a travel, suitcase violation, the first travel of the game, KD.
But you were telling me before the game, you really feel like Courtney Ogden is a big key for this Stanford team.
Yes, I do. I believe she's the X factor, and it would allow Stanford to continue the starting lineup. I like the bench they have with Eschmeyer and Chloe Cardi.
Champfai missing off the spin. McManus off the handoff, missing off the feed from Billing. Thompson tracks it down.
Second chance opportunities will be used for the Mustangs.
They were picked to finish 8th in the 11-team Big West this year. 5 to shoot. McManus catch and shoot and drills it.
That's great ball rotation. Second side to McManus, was able to line up the 3-ball from distance to level the match at 5.
McManus from Staten Island, New York. Ogden off the bounce, shot a little short there, but Nunu, another offensive rebound, another putback.
We talked about the Cardinals being able to impose their will. Nice job by Swain getting her hands on the basketball, but Nunu again, second chance opportunity, she was able to deliver.
A little more than 3 minutes gone by. Last of a 3-game homestand here for the Cardinal to open up the season. They will be in Eastern Washington to take on Washington State and Gonzaga next weekend. Thompson going to get called for the walk.
So that's back-to-back travels for the Mustangs. We talked about limiting turnovers. You can't give Stanford any extra possessions to score.
Second of the game already for Cal Poly. Face-up jumper, true for Nunu.
Nunu was spot on so far. 6 points, leading all scorers.
Doesn't get better than 3 for 3. Well, I guess 4 for 4 would be better.
Yeah, well, that would be better.
Talking about from a percentage standpoint.
Yeah, well, 3 for 3 is fine too.
Yes, it is. McManus has been good. And there's a foul on the Polo. Trying to deny the post entry to Madison Butcher down low.
That was an outstanding post entry pass to Lost Art. She was able to step around and throw it to her outside hand. The defender was on her back.
That's a nice feed.
It's an outstanding feed. That's the Lost Art today.
McMahon's a good ball player.
Absolutely. 24 points last time out. Transfer.
And you wonder, all right, you scored 24 points against a Division III team. That's one thing. But you scored the first 5 points against a team that's receiving votes in the top 25.
So it doesn't matter who she's playing. She's a bucket getter.
Ana Moleon Hidalgo, the Spaniard, missing on the follow-away. Chloe Clardy, first sub in for the Cardinals. She's been very good off the bench in the first 2 games, 12 points in each of them.
And she's been able to continue her growth from her freshman year to her sophomore season, where she averaged 10 points as a sophomore, as you mentioned earlier. Now at 12, that's a nice move by Ogden, getting downhill, using her left hand. I like to see more of that from her. She needs to play with more confidence. Hopefully she can get it this game.
Is that what you say as a coach? If your shot's not falling from outside, take it inside?
Try to get easy baskets inside. Nice move by the freshman, was able to use her left hand.
Thompson, her first 2.
I love the jump hook over the right shoulder or the left shoulder in the painted area.
Played for Drive Nation EYBL play. That's a very good AAU outfit. Ogden, 2 straight.
As I mentioned earlier, once you get your confidence, you see one go through the net, she comes right back. You mentioned earlier, you talked to the coaching staff. She's one of the better players in practice.
Yeah.
Have yet to be able to put it together today. Hopefully today will be it.
Well, last 6 games last year, as Gooseby has a really nice finish. Courtney Ogden, 13 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 52% shooting over the last 6 games of her sophomore year last year. So she has shown it in games. Just off to a bit of a slow start this year. Shumpai off the catch.
Stanford running their split action. Shumpai stepped out. Flex 5 was able to knock that down a couple games ago. But she is not shy to shoot the basketball. Averaging a double-double in her first 2 games for the All-American.
She does not lack for confidence as Clardy rips it away from Moleon Hidalgo. Numbers on the break. It's Haley Swain on the lay-in.
And that's the second game where Clardy just pretty much ripped the ball from the offensive player. Live ball turnover. Nice pass to Swain. Kept her chin up. She was patient. Found Swain streaking down the right side.
Thompson keeps the pivot foot down. And 3 in the key is going to be the call from Lisa Jones. That will take us to a mandatory timeout. 3:49 to go in the first. The Cardinal with a 6-point lead over Cal Poly. 6-point lead. Let's take a look at the resume of one Kate Pay in her second year at the helm as head coach, but it's been a lot more than 2 years she's been on the farm. Won a national title as a player here in 1992, and then as an assistant won a natty in 2021. Has done a great job. And then Chanel Steyer's in her 4th year as a head coach at Cal Poly, was also a head coach at Cal State East Bay, and was an associate head coach at San Francisco. And because you're much older than me, Joaquin, you remember how good she was as a player at Kansas State.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for throwing that dig at me as well, but that's okay, though. I still have love for you, KD.
Kevin Dana alongside the AARP carrying Joaquin Wallace. Shamfai hits the midi.
And that's an area where Shamfai has been able to excel right at that pinch post in the away series. The Stanford runs the Princeton series.
Laura Shamfai through 2 games, 14.5 points, 10.5 rebounds per contest. Born in Hungary, of Hungarian descent, moved to Australia as a little kid. Plays internationally for the Aussies and gets a rebound there.
And she does a good job in the glass as well. One shot and out for the Cardinal.
Clardy, strong take and a foul, finishing through physicality.
So we'll look at that play with Clardy with the layup, but it started with LaPola with the advanced pass, the cross pass here. She goes right inside. Clardy with the scoop inside, has an opportunity for the old-fashioned 3-point play.
You mentioned the advanced pass, Joaquin. Becoming more and more important as at every level teams are playing faster and faster.
Yes, you want to get the ball up the floor as fast as you can, force the defense to sprint back. Usually you have numbers and you can score in transition.
Lead up to 11 for Stanford. Leon Hidalgo, nice handle. Perez off to Billing, corner 3. The Australian too strong. Apollo, head up.
LaPola was looking for Stevenson streaking down the lane.
Haley Swain's a lefty, using her right hand there.
Yeah, she's shown in both games that she's not afraid to use her right hand as well. She can play through the contact.
Freshman from the Atlanta area. One of 3 5-star recruits that the Cardinal brought in as part of the number 3 recruiting class of 2025. Stevenson, the block, and gets fouled.
Stanford just lined up on the floor with 3 guards, more quickness on the floor. They can play with a lot faster pace, space the floor as well.
Subs coming in. Take a look at McManus, who had the first 5 points. Alana Gooseby to the bench. 2 points, 2 rebounds for number 22. Deuces are wild for Gooseby. Alex Eschmeyer into the game. Double-double last time out. Very impressive freshman.
Cal Poly now in the 1-3-1 matchup zone.
What's the key to attacking a 1-3-1 matchup?
You can run the baseline, or you like to start with a 2-guard front to distort the zone.
Ogden's gonna have to put one up on a step back. Got it.
So Ogden is clearly in her bag this afternoon, playing with a lot of confidence. I'm sure Coach Pay and the coaching staff, Tempe Brown, is excited. They've been waiting for this breakout for her this early part of the season.
Ogden celebrated her birthday the same day as the season opener this year, this past Monday. Cupcakes were had in the locker room. I believe Jeanette Pullen, the assistant, wanted to get the cupcakes for the team.
As I mentioned earlier why I felt Ogden is like the X factor.
Trying to save it into the backcourt, stolen by McManus. And a nice finish. Vanessa McManus doing work with 7 points.
Live ball turnover, was able to finish. He's not afraid of Stevenson tracking her down. Use the window.
It's Clardy. Drive and kick. Nice handle. Pull up for Swain. Down an 11-second difference between the 2 timers. Cal Poly cannot hold for 1.
Stanford's been on fire. 5 for 6 in the last 6 field goals.
That's pretty good. Julian Bears gets it stripped. Eschmeyer leading the break. Haley Swain, no need to hold for 1 when you get a transition layup.
Eschmeyer did a great job of keeping her chin up and leading Swain to the basket. The layup on the right hand again. Stanford is out and running early.
6 for Haley Swain. 3 of 4 for the freshman. Swain was the number 8 overall recruit, a McDonald's All-American, and the Georgia Max Preps Player of the Year as a senior. She averaged nearly 23 points per game.
Mustangs already with 5 turnovers here in the first quarter.
Step through and a foul, so Cherish Thompson will go to the line to foul on Eschmeyer. Now, since you remember Chanel Stiers, do you remember Evan Eschmeyer as a player in the NBA?
Yes,
Alex's father?
Yes, I do. I mean, you're going to ask me to see Bob Cousy play as well?
I mean, well, I know you saw Bob Cousy play. You saw George Mikan play. You know James Naismith personally.
Well, actually, yeah, you know, I do, actually. With the peach basket. I was actually there.
Oh, you were there.
I was actually there.
Did you play in the initial game?
I did.
Oh, very well.
I did.
Well, free throws good for Cherish Thompson. I'm no spring chicken myself. To beat the buzzer! Wow, Haley Swain counted off the 2 free throws. Stanford will take a 15-point lead into the second. One more look at this.
Haley Swain getting out in front with the layup. Stanford up big. We head to the second quarter.
Beginning of the second quarter, Stanford with a 15-point lead. Cal Poly showed some fight, keeping it close early on, and Stanford pulling away as the quarter went on. What caught your eye there in the final couple of minutes that allowed Stanford to build this 15-point lead, Joaquin?
Yeah, defensively, they've been solid in the half-court set, creating turnovers so far, as I mentioned earlier. 5 turnovers for the Mustangs, only 1 for Stanford, which allows them to get out and run. 16 points in the paint, 8 points off the turnovers as well.
So Lopolo will bring it up to start the second quarter. It's Lopolo, Ogden, Shumfai, Aguera, and Clardy. That's Lara Shumfai missing from the corner. Aguera battling for the ball. Ogden falls across the baseline. It will be Mustang rock.
Mustangs came out again in a 1-3-1. Stanford ran to the corner, had Shumfai in the corner. She was not. It was kind of rimmed out. Katie, when you employ a zone, you just want to steal a possession or two, and so far, Mustangs was able to get a possession out of that one. See if they can score on this end of the floor.
Yeah, the worry always the rebounding out of a zone, especially when you're at a size disadvantage. Additionally, to get the stop there, Jillian Bears over to Cherish Thompson. Post up Bears. Strong take. Quite crawl over the rim.
Somebody did a great job of staying vertical. Aguera had Lopolo there.
Nice pocket pass to Nunu Aguera via Chloe Clardy, and Nunu will go to the line.
Nunu she took that extra, she dribbled the ball that one extra time. I felt she could have got it and went straight in one motion to the basket, allowed the defender to come across. See, here's a screen here, there's a roll right here. Just go right now. But she put the ball on the floor that allowed the defender to come with the help side.
Aguera's always been a very good free throw shooter. 86% as a freshman, 81% last year. She's now 10 of 11. That's 91% this season. Aguera with 7 points and 3 boards in this contest. Averaging 11.5 so far this year. Second team All-ACC last year for a Cardinal team that went to the WBIT, lost in the first round to Portland. Moleon Hidalgo. And off Thompson. Stuck there. Stay with Cal Poly.
Yeah, Thompson got in too deep. The lineup on the floor, I thought they was taking Clardy out. That could be a starting lineup for you as well, because Clardy does have the experience in playing over the last couple of years. She was huge when Lopolo was out, so don't be surprised to see that lineup play a lot of minutes this season.
McManus, hot start for her. Stuck on 7 points. McManus, a little bump in the back court there for LaPolo.
One thing, if you look at LaPolo, she always keeps her chin up, always looking to advance the basketball.
Set a nice screen there off ball as well. This is Shamfai. Too many steps.
Now that diagonal pass that Aguirre uses is always open in the corner. She's been doing that pass for the last couple of years. The diagonal pass from the pinch post to the opposite corner is always open. She gets a lot of assists from that.
It's a good looking pass for sure. Shamfai guarding Thompson, and that's a travel. Turnover number 6 for the Horsies.
Shamfai, great job of moving her feet. That's the second time Thompson got too deep, possibly dribbling the basketball a tad bit too much. Back in there 1-3-1. Robbie Chapat flashing her right to the pinch post area to distort the zone.
We got Shamfai at the elbow. This is LaPolo from deep. Shamfai keeping it alive for Talana, then stolen by Moleon Hidalgo. Nice spin and gets it to drop.
Live ball turnover. It's only the second one for the Cardinals tonight. Was able to convert.
She's a sophomore from Elche, Alicante, España.
I like the fact she came to a jump stop.
LaPolo, another 3. That is someone you do not want to leave open.
LaPolo in the last 2 games has knocked down 6 threes.
On 9 attempts, so 67%. There are some kids chuckling somewhere at the mention of that number. Spin, Nora Perez. That was well defended by Ogden. Kick ahead, Haley Swain off the glass.
Again, that's the advanced pass by LaPolo, finding her teammates streaking up the right sideline. Coach Steyer's going to get some relief in defensively as she's not happy about that.
On the drive, McManus. That's a good finish.
McManus is playing with no fear.
St. Leo, as a freshman, averaged 13 points per game. Nunu Aguirre on a long 2. And a timeout called by Chanel Steyers as Stanford has opened up a 20-point lead.
Stanford is playing well defensively, getting out and running. LaPolo with the advanced pass. Aguirre stepping inside the 3. If you're an analytics person, you'll say she needs to step back like you. But me, she's inside. I'll take the deuce.
For the Stanford Cardinal, and especially so for Haley Swain, who has 10 points.
Yeah, Swain has been outstanding, showing a variety of ways of scoring, in particular in the open court. She runs the floor extremely well. She's not afraid to use her right hand, although she is left-handed. But again, one of those All-American freshmen that Stanford had, number 8 recruit coming in, and she's showing why, leading Stanford in scoring.
5 of 6 from the field for Haley Swain. Nunu Aguirre matches her with those 10 points. Stanford has built up a 20-point lead.
I like the effort defensively. Pole was able to get through the screen, switching as well, communicating. Nice jump out by Shamfai.
Oh, nice pass inside. Butcher couldn't quite wrangle it in, but that was a great idea by Moleon Hidalgo.
Hidalgo with a great entry pass. And we've seen one earlier from McManus.
Dare I say, that was the entry pass of the game, just if Butcher could have held on to it.
Absolutely.
Oh, sweet.
Mustangs back in there 1-3-1.
Shamfai fakes the pass. Short on the 3. Ogden. Nice look inside to Eschmeyer. Shamfai powering up and putting it in.
Second chance opportunities again. Eschmeyer missed the bunny inside, but Shamfai was able to clean it up.
5th offensive rebound already for the Cardinal. Just 1 for the Mustangs.
One of the keys to the game, rebounding, controlling the glass. Cardi out, almost had an opportunity for a live ball turnover.
Leon Hidalgo has a really nice handle. Oh, great pass. Butcher's there. Gets it back, but can't finish over the length of Eschmeyer.
Yeah, Eschmeyer does a good job of playing with her hands high.
Champailly on the block, fading away.
Nice turnaround jump over the right shoulder for Champailly.
And the steal for Lara. Bouncing ahead for Clardy. Oh, can't quite sneak it in, but she'll go to the line.
Nice idea. Clardy using her left hand. Just trickled out. See here, here's the foul. There's a swipe down. Not able to finish it. It just rims out. Stanford again. Another opportunity, live ball turnover, and they're starting to take this game over here early or late in the second quarter.
Shea Ichiwoye going to check in for the first time. Lara Champailly to the bench. There's the sophomore from Phoenix. Chloe Clardy at the line. What do you like about what Chloe Clardy brings to this team, Doc?
Well, her experience last year was huge. I mean, her big jump came from her first year to her second year. Had a chance to talk to her dad the last game, and we talked about that. She put a lot of work in her freshman year to sophomore year. You've seen it with averaging 10 points a game. Played a lion's share of the games when Lapola was out. Now you bring her back her junior. She has experience. She knows how to play at the collegiate level, and you can see it when she's on the floor with her leadership.
Made both free throws. Mary Ashley Stevenson the rebound for Chloe. Foul down low. Going on Jillian Bears for battling for position with Eschmeyer.
And also when you talk about Chloe Clardy, she can play both the 1 and the 2. So every time she has the ball in the hand, she can act like a point guard, and she can play off the ball as well. So she's a valuable piece to the puzzle for the Cardinals.
Yeah, good to have that versatility in the backcourt for sure. Ijiwoye gets free. Just a little short on the 3. Eschmeyer board. And had it ripped away. Billing on the break. Shea gambling a bit.
Yeah, Mattis has handles.
She does. She's a good player. Kind of wonder how she wasn't a D1 player straight out of high school. Gooseby. He's got a good handle too. Can't make it home. Ogden wrestling for the rebound and gets fouled.
McManus can play. She can play fast. She can play slow. She can play in space. Play in tight circles as well. You know, she has her liquidity with the basketball.
She has liquidity.
She
with
definitely has liquidity.
It's our first liquidity of the year.
Yeah, she has liquidity with the basketball. Definitely.
Well, maybe you said it in the previous games.
I did.
All right.
But that's okay. It's your first time hearing it. That's okay.
Eschmeyer wasn't looking for it. On the same page as Courtney Ogden there. Three and a half to go in the first half. Thompson, 2 hands placed on the body of Thompson by Alex Eschmeyer, who will pick up her second. And I'll bring in Nunu again.
Yeah, Thompson, she has a quick first step as well for the freshman. And she's a good-looking freshman out there as well. She's not afraid of the moment.
From Texas, 4-year varsity starter in high school, district MVP. Nice recruiting get for Chanel Stiers. Spin move, Perez, step through, nicely done up until the layup. Ijiwoye getting it back.
Miss Stevenson posting up in the smaller guard.
Gooseby able to front the post well. Nice pass back to Clardy, who rainbows it home.
Nice unselfish play. Clardy was able to knock it down.
Chloe up to 8 points. foul the Cardinal.
We talked about it earlier at the top of the telecast, but Stanford has 5 players scoring in double figures early in the season. Clardy is 2 points away from reaching that. Aguirre's already there. Swain is there as well. I would suspicion some volley will get there.
Gooseby got poked in the eye. They bring in number 55, Vivian Franklin, who did not play in the win over UC Santa Cruz. She's a freshman from Dallas. She's got it right here. Cal Poly played just 8 against UC Santa Cruz. Perez looked like she got bumped there. Call it travel.
That was nice defense by Stevenson. She beat her to the spot. Contact would be made. The official felt it was not enough for a foul for the travel.
High-low, Stevenson inside for Aguirre. Bothered on the shot. Second one draws a foul.
I mentioned earlier that you have to flash someone to the pinch post area and you go high-low, which she was able to do there. Stevenson was able to flash up high, show her hands, pass it down to Aguirre. I'm sure she'd like to have that back for the finish using her right hand.
Very comfortable with that right hand. Does a lot of things right-handed, but shoots lefty. Well, that post-to-post passing high-low feeds, that's been a hallmark of Stanford women's basketball for decades.
You know, Katie, it's a lost art, actually, because most of the time you don't have 2 post players, for one. So you don't see it from that perspective. Stanford usually do have a couple of bigs, so that's something they can use in their arsenal.
Ogden to the bench. Very productive first half for Courtney. 6 points and 6 rebounds, on pace for a double-double as Stanford has opened up a 31-point lead.
I'm sure the coaching staff will love to see that out of Ogden, get her confidence as well. They're going to need her as this season progresses forward.
McManus pull-up foul line. Got it.
Is able to take the ball screen and elevate.
Hooper, 11 points.
Sometimes you have players that fall through the cracks. That's one. McManus is a player. She can play at all levels. She's coming out here tonight at Stanford against a ranked team, as you mentioned earlier.
Fading away, short, loose ball foul on Cal Poly. Stanford's in the bonus, there'll be more free throws.
Second personal, number 7.
Second on number 7, Jordan Billings. So Ana Moleon Hidalgo comes in.
Stanford shooting 58% from the floor. Mustangs 33%. 19 for 33 for Stanford. 8 for 24 for the Mustangs.
Yeah, that tells you all you need to know. Stevenson at the line, swishing the first. Mary Ashley hit 1 3 all of last year, hit a 3 in the season opener this year. She was the Big Ten Freshman of the Year at Purdue 2 years ago before transferring. This is her second year on the farm. Stanford's halfway to 100.
Katie, you know that I always say it's 3 areas: layups, putbacks, and free throws. And Stanford is winning in all 3 of those categories.
Cardinal 9 of 9 from the line. Cal Poly 2 of 2. McManus getting downhill, bothered on the shot by E.G. Woye, and a nice rebound for Shea. On the break, it's Swain. Little Hezzy. Runs it home.
Nice job by Swain, but it was an even better play by Stevenson. What she did, she cleared the lane. She went to the opposite side of the block to open the floor up for Swain.
Maybe a bit of a discontinued dribble there from Haley?
Maybe, but we're not going to talk about it right now.
Yeah, I certainly wouldn't mention it. Just an observation. This is a great move.
Outstanding move.
Personal, number 6, Shea Woye. Third team foul.
Swain with 12 points, 6 for 7.
She's been awesome.
Everything has been in the painted area.
McManus draws the contact.
Second personal, number 6, Shea.
Second on Shea.
I tell you what, I am impressed with McManus.
What impresses you most?
It's her ability to get downhill, but she's not afraid of the moment. She has nice, just a nice build. Can take the contact very strong. Great handle. Great first step as well.
St. Leo University's private school in St. Leo, Florida.
She had 24 points in 29 minutes against UC Santa Cruz. You would say, well, that's a Division III school. What can she do it on the big stage? She's proven she can.
Clardy, high arcer missing. Offensive rebound, a beauty, and then Nunu put a little too much mustard on that pass for Mary Ashley Stevenson. Threw a fastball to her. St. Leo, by the way, is in kind of the greater Tampa, St. Petersburg, Florida area. Where McManus played last year. Off the jab step, face-up jumper strong for Cherish Thompson. Shot clock is off for the Cardinal. They can hold for one, and Talana is going to do just that. Lopolo with 5. Over to Swain, got to put it up, didn't realize it. That'll take us to halftime. Oh, that said, despite not getting the shot off there, a great first half for Haley Swain. At Stanford, they lead by 31.
Yeah, Haley Swain has been outstanding, as you mentioned. 12 points. Lopolo with the 3 ball as well, continuing her effort. I love the step back from the ball screen, and there she is, Haley Swain. Just been active defensively. Stanford has been on one as well. McManus says, you know what, I'm coming out here to play as well, but we love the scene with Ogden in her bag, knocking down her shot as well. Big game for Courtney Ogden.
Second half is underway. Billing putting her head down, drawing the foul. That was a good start to this half. Jordan Billing, an aggressive take.
Yeah, typically what happens when you come out of halftime, you have a play that you draw up on the board. This is what we're going to do first. When we get the basketball, this is what we're trying to accomplish. They was able to get the action. I'm sure Coach Styles and her staff is excited because this is what we worked on. We was able to get to the free throw line. Not to score immediately, we have a chance from the line.
How would you settle on that play as a coach? Would it? I take it wouldn't be the same play coming out of every half, because then teams would know what you're doing. But
yeah,
how would you decide that?
Yeah, absolutely. You say, this is what we're going to work on. This is the action we want to see. If we score, we're going to come out with a little trapping zone defense as well, a 1-3-1 full court trap. Now they're going to back into a zone as well to kind of work on some things at this point.
Get it to the high post for Shumpai. Blocked by Butcher, and saves it off Shumpai. That's a nice play by Madison Butcher there.
And so Coach Stires and staff, that's a win for us. We come out, we score, we are 1-3-1, we get this turnover on the other end. Now we have a chance here to put another score on the docket as well.
Billing again gets downhill, didn't have her steps in order there. Shumpai being a big disruptor. Couldn't squeeze the rock.
Yeah, that definitely was a travel, but in the NBA, that's the gather and then the step through.
The gather is spreading, blocking.
It's spreading to the collegiate level.
Yes. You'll see that even in college practices, running 3-player weaves or whatever, as Haley Swain nearly gets the steal. You're not supposed to put the ball on the deck as Gooseby beats the buzzer. Nice runner. And to avoid a travel, to hold the ball out as they catch it, try to act like they didn't just take a step with the ball.
See, they came right back in their full court trap as well.
So Cal Poly, first 4 points of the third quarter. Beautiful look. Shumpai to Nunu Aguirre.
That's that high post pass again. Aguirre was able to run the short corner and was able to get the pass from Shumpai.
Stanford's first 2 points of the second half. Gooseby driving, stepping through, and banking it up and out. Posting up Aguirre. Out to Ogden. Good look at a three, halfway down and out.
Again, Garrett does a great job of making that diagonal pass again. Ogden was not able to finish.
McManus gets past Lopolo to lay it in.
McManus has to get downhill. She's strong enough to take the contact as well.
Swain, they let her just walk into a three, but couldn't hit it.
Stanford only 3 out of 11.
Foul on Lopolo. McManus has not let the halftime locker room cool her off.
Absolutely, 15 points. She goes to her offhand. The ability to play with both hands, to finish on both sides of the basket, makes her dangerous when she has the basketball.
So McManus to the line. Foul on Lopolo was her second.
Based on what we see with McManus today, she's going to wreak havoc in the Big West.
Yeah, she's looking like a potential all Big West kind of player. She was an 89% foul shooter last year at St. Leo. 3 for 3 against UC Santa Cruz on Monday. Now 4 for 4 from the foul line this afternoon against the Card.
Stanford does a great job of getting the ball in the middle of the floor in the press. That's where the press is vulnerable.
This is an 8-2 start to the half for Cal Poly. Eschmeyer no, Shumpai to the line.
You know, Stanford has the front court strength. Shumpai, the stick back, will have a chance for free throws. But you mentioned Mustangs came on a halftime playing at a different speed.
A really good start to the half here for Chanel Steyer's crew. She played in the WNBA with the Minnesota Lynx for a couple of years. Also won a couple of ABL titles with the Columbus Quest in the 90s. 55-29 the score now. Shumpai goes 1 of 2. Thrown at the feet of Jillian Bears. Always a tough place for a post to catch.
It's a nice idea by Thompson.
Shumpai wide open. The three is short, gets her own miss and lays it in. Just such a fluid athlete, Shumpai.
Understood exactly that she was going to miss the shot and come up short. No box out. The Mustangs was retreating, thinking they was going to get the rebound.
Eschmeyer might have got a piece of that one. Shumpai wide open. You knew it's going to drop eventually. She had missed her first 4. But Shumpai in double figures now with 12 to match the number on her back.
She's came into the game averaging a double-double.
Yeah, 14.5 to 10.5. That's not too shabby. McManus, how do you do? A 20 spot. Ogden, and 1. That will anger Chanel Steyers, giving up an and 1 layup off a make.
Ogden did a great job of running the floor with the advanced pass. We talked about it, but she goes inside the sneaky hand layup versus going to an offhand, goes to a strong hand inside, was able to take the contact and finish. She's having a huge game this afternoon.
The sneaky hand layup, I like that one. Nine for Ogden. Lead back to the halftime edge of 31. Both teams scoring 11 points thus far in the third. Spin move, Thompson off the glass. It'll drop off. Gooseby sticking with it. Yeah, just give it to 0. Good look inside. Perez blocked. Batted away by Ogden.
Great defense by the Cardinal. Ogden being vertical down low.
And then gets inside position on Perez. Drops it off. Shumpai. Stanford fortunate to still have the ball.
I would have liked to see Ogden been more aggressive going to the rim. giving the ball to Shumpai in that situation there. She's running to the basket. Nice block. You can see here. Ogden will take a seat.
Some well-deserved high fives from her teammates on the bench. Stanford does turn it over. The 6th giveaway for the Cardinal.
This has been Ogden's best game of the early season. Showing signs, playing with confidence.
Shumpai knocking it out of play, gets the deflection, and Mary Ashley Stevenson will come in for her.
McManus does a great job of seeing the floor, kind of anticipating where her teammates are going.
"20 points on 7 of 11, 3 rebounds. Doesn't have an assist, but Cal Poly only has 1 assist as a team. Thompson, nice move.
Nice patience by Thompson, freshman. Able to come to a jump stop and step through, not moving her pivot foot.
Her 2nd bucket of the game, she's got 6. Ogden, full steam ahead, Chloe Clardy, with the drive, and we'll get to the line.
Clardy was able to get down here and take the contact.
That'll take us to the under 5 mandatory. Stanford still up big. Second half, and she's up to 12 points.
Yeah, she's playing around the rim. She's able to knock down shots from the perimeter. I love the shot when she's shooting at the pinch post. She's driving to the lane. That's on the missed jumper that she says, you know what, you're not going to get the rebound. I'm going to come back and get it. And this time I'm going to end the timeout as well with the 3 ball.
That's her 3rd made 3 of the season, 3 of 12, but the shot looks much better than the 25% she's currently shooting from downtown.
Again, she's averaging a double-double, 12 points. She's 3 rebounds away from 10. Maybe she can pick that up if she's on the floor.
Yeah, that's the question in a game like this. But Cal Poly has actually outscored Stanford in the second half. Already stepping to the stripe. Stanford 12 of 13 from the foul line now as a team. Already has scored 12 in each of her first 2 games this year. And she now has 10.
Again, just watching her grow the last 3 seasons has been just remarkable.
McManus, pull up in the paint. Get busy.
McManus off a curl screen, a little pin action.
She is a real player. Eschmeyer, face up, halfway down.
Eschmeyer has not been able to get on track.
Yet to score. Close to a reach-in foul, and then a double dribble called on Moleon Hidalgo. Clardy was cutting through. Haley Swain setting up LaPolo. Clock inside 10 to shoot. Swain, nice crossover, pull up. Rebound Perez.
Swain has showed the ability as the shot clock is trickling down. She can create her own shot.
Yeah, that is big for Stanford to have. You need a player like that. McManus, how do you do? 25 points. Balling.
And you can look at their bench, they are just smiling. Against the 24 she hit last time out was not a fluke.
Yeah, I'll say. Clardy to Stevenson, draws the foul.
At this rate, McManus may Put up a 30-piece.
Oh, that is for sure in play.
Nice pass inside. The outstretched hand, the outside hand of McManus. Stevenson has an opportunity for free throws.
You know, for a player like McManus, when you see her score 24 against UC Santa Cruz, that's a Division III school. So, like, it's cool, but it's a Division III team. You put up 25 at Stanford, you're going to open a lot of eyes.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and it's been an impressive 25 points as well. 9 for 13. 4 for 4 from the free throw line. She's scoring at all 4 levels. I mean, that's the impressive part about it.
And Stanford has made its hay on limiting the team's best scoring option all throughout the years. And, like, you'll see a player maybe have a big scoring game, but do it inefficiently. That has not been the case with McManus. Free throws are good for Mary Ashley. She's got 4. Goes to the bench. Champfy back in. McManus missing. 9 of 14 now for Vanessa McManus.
25 out of 39 points. What's the percentage of that, Katie? I know you can figure that out.
Yeah, it's just under 65% of their team scoring. It's 26 of 40 would be 65%. And that shot a little strong for Swain, who's now 60% from the field at 6 for 10. Bears trying to post up Champfy. Moleon Hidalgo loves going left. Knocked out a play by Nunu Aguera.
It's amazing that so far in this game that Mustangs only have 1 assist.
Yeah, 14 makes. McManus a little short. Clardy running right back down the other way, and nobody stopped the rock.
So Clardy took a page out of Ogden with the sneaky hand layup.
That had Chanel Stiers keeling over on the baseline. Not happy when your team doesn't pick up ball. That was a nice baseline cut. Great bounce pass. Gooseby to Moleon Hidalgo.
Mustangs have done some things right. When you look at it, a lot of stuff they can
sure.
show on tape. And that's what it's all about. Here's the things that we've done well. Here's what we can correct.
Aguera, the spin move. Coming correct.
So Aguera puts her man in the spin cycle. Able to kiss it off the window.
16 for Nunu. Forces Thompson to give it up, and that'll stay here. Subs in both ways. Let's look at Courtney Ogden. Who's looking to join the double-digit scoring party. She's got 9 points in this one.
See where the Mustangs will get their scoring as McManus takes the seat.
Nunu the theft.
Nunu did a great job of moving in the direction of the ball.
Got to post up Champfy. Just powers her way to the bucket.
Great for the official not to call the foul on the flop. Champfy's strength came under control, was able to finish.
And if you're Butcher, you might as well try to get that call. Might be your best bet at stopping Champfy on that possession. About a 6-second difference between the clocks. Looking inside for Bears, saves it in, knocked away, 5 seconds left. Kick ahead Nunu to beat the buzzer. That'll do it for the third, but Stanford will take a 32-point lead in the fourth. After a good start to the third for Cal Poly, Stanford starting to get its footing back.
Aguera puts her man in a spin cycle and finishes. She now has 16 points. Stanford up big.
Minutes down, 10 to play. The youngsters enjoying this Stanford 32-point lead over Cal Poly. Kevin Dan alongside Joaquin Wallace. Good day for some candy. The band is here. Doing the Macarena.
That was the Mustangs' best half. 20 points they scored.
Yeah.
Stanford was +1. Stanford has won all 3 of the quarters thus far.
Cal Poly started out the third quarter on a little 8-2 burst. Lopolo. Offensive foul. Going on Aguera.
Yeah, Garrett cleared out while Lopolo was driving to the glass. She doesn't agree with the call, as you can tell with the response. But nonetheless, it was called a foul.
Butcher. Fronting the post, stealing it. Shumfai leading the break. And just kind of slipped out of her hands. I was going to say, she looks so comfortable bringing the ball up in transition now. Turned it over there, but I think the point still stands. She doesn't mind handling the rock.
And that bodes well when you can have one of your bigs can initiate the break.
Billing a catch and shoot 3, too strong. Polo 4 assists, 6 points, couple of boards.
The question is, where will the Mustangs get their offense? Will McManus on the bench?
Yeah. That's a good point. McManus can't play all 40. Ogden gets the block. Courtney has her second stop of the game. A little bit of everything today, Ogden. Shumfai from deep, too strong. Aguera the O board.
I like the offensive execution.
And a turn and square, drive, pull up. No good.
It's a nice shot. Mid-range shot.
Actually didn't give Nunu a block on that last possession. Another turnover forced by Stanford. On the take, Clardy around and out. Stay here. Stevenson, Ijiboye, and Eschmeyer check in for Stanford. And here comes McManus for Cal Poly.
Stanford had 3 great looks, was not able to convert. Clardy goes inside hand again, just rimmed out.
It's a good take. Just couldn't get it. And back Clardy. Short on the 3. And then Franklin missing that one short. Good box out job there by Ijiboye eventually leads to a foul on the Mustangs.
Like to see Eschmeyer get on the board. 0 for 3 so far.
Shea hasn't scored either. See if those two can get in the book. Stevenson. Ogden wide open. She's got 12.
Nice job, nice patience. Running their action.
McManus has a good look. 27.
When the ball leaves her hand, it looks like it's going in. She shoots with a lot of confidence.
We found a new favorite player.
Absolutely.
She's been awesome. Oh, great feed. Good ball movement. Mary Ashley, the layup off the feed. High-low. Stevenson to Mary Ashley, or should say Eschmeyer to Stevenson, and a timeout called by Chanel Stiers as Stanford has a 35-point lead.
The high-low action has been there all afternoon long. It was able to convert there. Anytime you run the little zone defense, you can go to high-low. There it is right there. Here's the three ball from Ogden, and there's split action from the corner. She's been outstanding this afternoon with her 12 points.
Having a nice game, 12.6 rebounds, a couple of blocks for number 40.
Yeah, she's been outstanding, and we talked about her being the X factor in the Stanford starting lineup. And I do believe that if she can have a big season, play with consistency and confidence, it bodes well for the Cardinal lineup.
Stanford up by 35, closing in on a 3-0 start to the season. Wrapping up this 3-game homestand at Wazoo, at Gonzaga next weekend. Outside hand technique from Chloe Clardy?
She was inside.
She was inside.
The outside hand technique.
If she used her outside hand, as you would say, that would have been going the other way.
High ball turnover.
I'm going to teach my kids inside hand technique.
Well, they may not get enough opportunity to play.
If I were to ever become a coach, which will never happen. Knocked away. Shea Jiboye has it. Clardy. Off target. That's 12 points for the third straight game. See if she can get north of that number. There's the show and go. Step through. And the rebound to Ogden.
One area has been consistent with the Mustangs that they play off of 2 feet. Jump stop, step through. Something you can tell they go over in terms of fundamentals.
Yes. Ogden has a good look.
Nowadays, you're using the Euro step. I love to be able to play off of 2 feet.
You're not as big of a fan of the Euro step craze?
I mean, I think you can use it in certain situations, obviously, but I think that coming to a jump stop, it gives you more opportunity, more diversification in your game. It allows you to do more things.
Oh, nice feed. Eschmeyer to Clardy, and Chloe's got 14.
That action has been there all night long. Eschmeyer was the first one that made the pass.
13 assists for the Cardinals as a team, just 2 for Cal Poly. No assists necessary when you just give the ball to number 0, though.
And I'm looking at their bench when she scores, and they're just in amazement.
I'm in amazement. It has been so fun to watch. Eschmeyer, she get on the board. Played such a big role in Thursday's win over Santa Clara, had a double-double. That'll take us to another timeout. Stanford leading by 35, 80-45 over Cal Poly. They beat them 81-45 last year. Clardy, another returner, having a nice game for the Cardinal in double figures for the third straight contest.
She's played well. Again, we watched her growth from her first to second year. In her junior year, she's picking up where she left off at. 14 points, 4 for 8 from behind. Field goal percentage is 5 for 5 from the free throw line. We talked about the 3 areas: layups, putbacks, and free throws, and Stanford is winning in those 3 areas.
She had a 30-point game at Virginia Tech last year in an overtime win. 30 points, 5 assists. And she was the first Stanford guard to do that since Jeanette Pullen, who's now an assistant with the Cardinal. Of course, she went on to win a WNBA title with the Indiana Fever after playing here. Jeanette Pullen recently inducted into the Stanford Athletics Hall of Fame. Back to work, and here is Clardy. Harper Peterson on the floor for the first time. Second-year player from Rockland, California. Beat the shot clock, and that did not draw iron, so a shot clock violation. And we're about to see Carly Amborn for the first time in this game. A 4-star freshman from Larkspur, California. Oh, looked like Stevenson got fouled there.
I don't think they're going to make that call at this point in the game, but you're right.
So you're saying the referee is just going to say it's time to go home? Let's get this thing moving?
Absolutely.
Gooseby gets to crawl home. Alana Gooseby with 6 points.
See again come to a jump stop again. They play off of 2 feet.
Yeah, you definitely like that in the team. Peterson, good cut. And got stuck underneath the hoop. Well, the only real drama now in this one, can McManus get to 30? She's got 29. Pass deflected and stolen. Clardy got a hand on it. Outlet for Ijiwoye, who's so fast in the open court.
I'm sure Coach Stiers knows that as well. Try to get McManus a 30-burger here.
Bears long 2 is good. Jillian Bears her first bucket.
I'm sure after the game, the entire Cardinal bench will be going over to shake McManus's hand.
Yeah.
I think you may even go over and shake
I want
hand.
an autograph. Stevenson couldn't handle it, and a travel on Bears, so we'll stay here. Stavi Papadoki's going to come in, and, well, McManus will not have a chance to get to 30. And she gets subbed out in favor of Vivian Franklin. Just an incredible game, though, for Vanessa McManus. 29 points on 11 of 17 shooting. Off the screen, Amborn. She is a good shooter, and you see it there. She is 100% for her collegiate career. 2 for 2 now in 2 games.
And she made a similar shot off the elevator screen the first game against the Spartans of UNCG.
That was a 45-point win on Monday, 87-42. Pure shooter, Carly Amborn. She averaged 27, 15, and 5 steals per game her senior year at San Domenico High. See if we can get Harper or Papadoki a bucket. 4 to shoot. Stavi off for Amborn. One more. Shea beats the buzzer but misses the 3. Missed everything. Madison Butcher, Nora Perez back in. Final 2 minutes in this one. Gooseby too strong. Stevenson the pole. Ijiwoye for Peterson. Got fouled. So Harper, who had 2 points in the opener, has a chance to get a couple here.
Overall, Stanford has played well. Look at 3-0 so far this season. Obviously, the competition is going to start ramping up, but so far so good. Get opportunity to see players grow, gain their confidence. Going back to Courtney Ogden, seeing her grow, gaining her confidence. Because again, as I said earlier, she is going to be so instrumental for Stanford this season. If she can play well at the 3 spot, it will allow them to keep their lineup consistent. If not, then you're going to have to bring people in. Think of it as baseball. Sometimes when your best player goes out, the lineup shrinks.
Yeah.
You have to make sure you have a long lineup, and it will allow them to play off their bench as well with Eschmeyer and Clardy.
And I'm about to get tougher with this road trip to Washington State and Gonzaga. Cal Poly, meanwhile, coming up next. They're at Seattle. and Eastern Washington. Nice finish for Nora Perez. Their next home game, November 21st against Southern Utah. They open Big West play against Cal State Fullerton December 4th. Good look to Mary Ashley Stevenson. Peterson trying to keep it alive. Amborn the steal. Stevenson to the foul line. Mary Ashley, 6 points, 4 rebounds in this game.
Second chance opportunities again. Give Stanford extra possessions.
You talked about kind of the outlook for Stanford. What's the takeaway here for Cal Poly today?
McManus. I mean, that's one of the takeaways that we know we have someone who's a bucket getter. They did some things well early in the game, but I like how they play off 2 feet. I like how they run their offense, but they're going to need more scoring from other players because we know what McManus can do. If they can string together a couple other players, I like the freshman Thompson. I think that she has upside as well. So we'll see how it works out for them in the Big West. They know they have one player that you cannot guard at any level, right? We've seen that she's coming to high D1 and was able to put work in as well.
Yeah, she has a chance to have a huge season for the Mustangs. Probably final possession of offense here for the Horsies. Thompson, spin. Nice move. Banks it in. Cherish Thompson showing something there.
I like her game. And I know I keep saying it. Come play off of 2 feet. Give you more diversification.
Well, shot clock is off, but that's not going to stop Carly Amborn from shooting and hitting.
Amborn said, you know what, I'm open. I might as well shoot.
We'll get one more look up, and Thompson will go to the line. You have an opinion on teams shooting with the shot clock up? Off, up, big?
Not really. I mean, especially in preseason games, players need to get an opportunity to play. They're out there to play as well. They practice hard. You might as well reward them.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be one thing if it was Nunu Aguera, Chloe Clardy, Talon Lapolo, Haley Swain out there. But you got deep reserves. Get up some shots.
And they practice hard just as well as the starters. So they deserve the right to shoot the ball if they're open.
Well, free throws good, and that'll do it. The Cardinal with a 90-55 win over Cal Poly as Stanford improves to 3-0, and Cal Poly drops to 1-1.
So I'm sure that's something that Coach Stires and Payne was talking about that last shot. Coach Payne was saying, listen, it was in the Florida offense. Coach Stires said, hey, I understand. Listen, shot created needs to be shot taken.
Yeah.
In that situation there, again, when you don't have opportunities to shoot the ball and play in games, you have to let it fly because you have to know what it feels like, and you have to reward those players as well.
Look, I know it's been in garbage time for Carly Amborn, but that shot looks so pure. She's 3 for 3 from deep this season.
And here it is. It has not hit the rim.
Yeah, no.
It has not hit the rim one time
not at all.
yet. So she's a pure shooter.
Yeah, just automatic. But a lot of good games here. Individually for Stanford. As they, in total, have 5 in double figures in this game, led by the 16 of Nunu Aguera, who we're going to be speaking with in a little bit. They also got 14 from Chloe Clardy and Laura Shumfai, who also got her 10th rebound, so she becomes the first freshman since Ashton Prechtel 6 years ago to get a double-double in back-to-back games. Then 12 apiece for Courtney Ogden and Haley Swain, and you mentioned it, Courtney Ogden, that was big to see her get 12 points.
In terms of confidence, hopefully she can continue on as well because she's the X factor for the Cardinals. She can play well, she has the size and the length, and she's played in the offense for 3 years. So she knows how the offense flows. So they need for her to play big. But as you mentioned earlier, they say in practice she's one of the best practice players they have. She just has not been able to translate it into gameplay yet.
Well, the Cardinal will now head on the road to take on Washington State and Gonzaga. But before they hit the road. We say hello to Nunu Aguera. 16 points and 7 rebounds for you, Nunu. Thanks so much for joining us. What was your mindset coming into this game?
I think just playing free and just playing with my teammates. We have so much talent, so many like dangerous pieces. So just utilizing that and like it's so amazing. I mean, Haley, Chloe, T, Laura, everybody, like they're doing an amazing job.
I talked to your mom, and I told your mom that I was not happy with you because you told me last game, what were you supposed to do?
I was supposed to come over here.
Exactly, but now you're here. I mean, great game. 16 points. I love how you're able to play inside the arc as well, using both hands, put a player in a spin cycle. Tell me about your growth now. You're feeling more confident in the offense.
Yeah, I think it's just, I mean, I worked a lot on my three-point shot over the summer, just being able to just get that consistent. And I think it's just, yeah, like confidence and just working on my game. It's a little bit, I'm a junior now, so maturity has to kick in, and I can't make the like dumb mistakes of a underclassman now. And Kate, I'm a captain, so Kate is counting on me to be a leader and be vocal. And so I feel like that this summer and this past spring was just mainly focusing on those things.
Well, in addition to your individual growth, this team certainly looks like it has grown over the course of this early campaign. What do you like about what you guys did offensively? I know you gave some shout-outs to some of your teammates, but you shot 51% as a team, so that's a very good number.
Yeah, I mean, like Kate always preaches, get a great shot. If you're open and someone else is open, pass the ball. Like, we have so many, as I said, so many dangerous pieces, and so I know that if I don't have a good shot, the person next to me is going to have an even better shot.
Well, what's your expectations for yourself and the team this season?
I think just doing it the Stanford way and just getting Stanford back on top. I think for me personally, just being a better leader, being a big sister, as we say, just being a captain and just showing that leadership. I feel like that's my next step. And then as a team, like we're just gonna keep getting better each and every day, just working hard, communicating with each other. So it's going to be good. It's going to be a really fun year.
And Nunu, thanks so much for your time. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
And that is Nunu Aguera joining us after her 16-point, 7-rebound performance. So a nice win here for the Cardinal, 90-55. And now on the road, Washington State, Gonzaga. It'll be interesting to see how Stanford handles this road test.
Yeah, take this momentum on the road, see if they can put together a 4th consecutive win. I like what they're doing so far. I love the camaraderie of the team, the diversification as well.
Up next here on ACC Network Extra, it'll be Stanford men's basketball against Montana State on Wednesday. That'll do it for us. Big thank you to our producer, Doug Asumi. For the rest of our crew, I'm Kevin Nail alongside Joaquin Wallace saying sayonara from Stanford, the Cardinal, knocking off Cal Poly 90-55.